welcome to your weekend reading. Hey guys, I'm Rodin. Welcome to BOMISpirit. This is going to be the weekend reading for October 7th to October 9th. There's a couple things going on. Before I get any further, don't forget to check out the website and the social media stuff I have linked below, Patreon. There's a lot of stuff below, so just check that out, including all the decks that I use as well. If you want to... Sorry, I got an active cat on my hands right now, but this is the time slot I have to do this, so I'm going to do it now, even though he's acting a little cray-cray. But yeah, check out all that stuff if you're curious about what's going on. There's also going to be some changes coming up that I'm excited about. So for those of you who are curious, just keep your eyes peeled on the website and on Instagram, because there are going to be some announcements in the next couple of months, okay? So yeah, I'm excited. Anyway, coming back to the weekend, I'm going to go over the astrology of the weekend just to give you my 2 cents on it. And then I'm going to go ahead and do some readings for the elements because it is the weekend. So I decided I'm only going to do the sign readings for the weeklies because it's a whole week and I feel like that actually makes more sense. Do not lay down there. Sorry, guys. Sorry. He's like, pay attention. Anyway. So this weekend, let's get into this weekend. On October 8th, we have Pluto going stationary direct. That'll be very important with what's going on this weekend. And we also have the full moon Aries on October 9th happening at 16 degrees at about 4:55 p.m., I believe, East Coast time. So adjust that to where you are. I will be going live on Patreon on October 7th at 5 p.m. Pacific. That sounds right. To talk about the full moon Aries in its full extent. The energy of the weekend astrologically still ties into the full moon because it's so close, and it obviously includes the full moon. So just know that if you're not going to watch it on Patreon. I will also post it to Vimeo after the fact. I post all the full moon, new moon lives I do on Patreon to Vimeo once I'm done with that. Okay. All right. So let's do it. This weekend, it's going to be very empowering. Might be a little rough to get there, but it's going to be a very empowering weekend. All about feminine leadership. Feminine strength, feminine leadership, matriarchal rule, right? A matriarchal system over patriarchal. That sort of stuff. That's what's going on this weekend. Thanks to Pallas Athena in Cancer working with Chiron and Aries. I would actually say everything going on between those two and what they're doing, probably the most significant stuff that's going on astrologically this weekend, and arguably even under the full moon Aries, because they also aspect the full moon as well. So very, very strong stuff going on with Pallas Athena in Cancer and Chiron in Aries. Mars is in Gemini at 22 degrees this weekend, and we are getting closer and closer to retrograde, which is happening at the end of the month. We're still in the pre-shadow, and Mars is also playing an important role in unleashing this sort of feminine leadership and power and wisdom and matriarchal rule within and without. So I'm not just talking about like a matriarchal society, and that's not going to happen overnight. This is just like energy that will help us individually to get there collectively at some point someday, right? But also within, right? Where's your feminine at in terms of that? Like when it comes to being able to rely on compassion, right? Compassion, empathy, very high emotional intelligence in the context of leadership. How you are like that for yourself or not, right? If, we need to work on that and develop that. That's what's going on with Pallas Athena and Chiron and what they're doing. And like I said, Mars is aiding and assist here, which I'll talk about in a minute. We do have a few other things that are worth mentioning, but because the asteroid activity is so crazy, I'm honestly not interested in talking about the planets too much, but I'm going to go over it with you. So the sun is trine Saturn. Sun is in Libra. Saturn is in Aquarius. Saturn's still retrograding. We also have Mercury in Virgo, late degrees Virgo. Trine Pluto in Capricorn. Like I said, Pluto and Capricorn will go stationary direct on the 8th, so in the middle of the weekend. Mars is also square Neptune and Pisces, and we still have Saturn square Uranus. So all 4 of those give kind of a funky bucket of energy, because if you focus on your home life or your purpose or work, and again, prioritizing to have focus, not necessarily be super relaxed, can lead towards success this weekend, especially with everything we have going on with unleashing this like feminine strength and wisdom and using that as an anchor, which I want to say is also really important to establish this before we go into the full-blown retrograde period for Mars, because as we are retrograding through Mars, having that feminine support within and without really important, and will also just help you to stay more balanced during that whole process. Okay. Um, but coming back to those four that I talked about, Sun working with Saturn, Mercury working with Pluto, Mars working with Neptune, and Saturn working with Uranus. Don't get too caught up on all the planets I'm talking about. Just hear the main message of what I'm saying. Okay. So trying to maintain your focus, prioritizing focus, staying organized, paying attention to your home life, your finances, really, really positively aspected if you can maintain that focus. Okay. Now, if you are focusing more on your emotional life and relationships, it might it might not be as smooth running this weekend. We might run into some big emotional triggers and a lot of mirroring. There's gonna be a lot of mirroring going on, so get prepared for that. But it is to facilitate growth, especially especially with what's going on with Pallas Athena and Chiron. Okay, and especially as the moon is moving from Pisces to Aries this weekend, it's also going to really amplify that too. We're really going to be hit with that like Chiron energy. And then that Pisces emotional, compassionate component is going to really activate Pallas Athena. Okay. So that's a very overall gist of what's going down this weekend. Now, I want to talk a little bit more about Pallas Athena and Chiron. So they're both aspecting each other, they're squaring off with each other, but they're both independently aspecting the Sun and Venus. They both are independently and they're both aspecting each other. It's really interesting. So Chiron is going to be opposing the Sun and Venus. Now, Chiron, for those of you who do not know, no. Just like I'm going to get right back up there. So Chiron, for those of you who don't know, Chiron is where we carry our wounds, wounded warrior, so to speak. And when Chiron is in Aries, it's about the wounded self, the wounded ego, the wounded identity, the wounded self-image, woundings and distortions and insecurities around our own masculine energy. Yeah, this is going to be masculine, feminine is a huge thing this weekend. Hey, stop it, buddy. How we assert ourselves, how we stand up for ourselves, how we are our own leader in a way in our own lives, how we can try to cause change and be proactive in our own lives. That's Chiron Aries. And like I said, wounding all around those things. Hold on. I'm sorry, guys. Clyde, I need you to like chill out, buddy. Can you chill out? He's always a little like out of his normal energy when I just get back from a trip, which I just did. Okay, good. He laid down. See how long he lays down for. But that's Chiron and Aries energy. And with it opposing the Sun and Venus, these triggers around that can come up via relationships. Could even be triggers just within the context of relationships, even if you're like doing the self-reflection and self-work on your own here. Okay. Now it's squaring off with Pallas Athena. Like I said, Pallas Athena is high emotional intelligence. It's compassion. It's empathy. It's the empathetic warrior sort of energy. But Pallas Athena is very Libran in nature, so it is innately very feminine. And Pallas Athena is actually squaring off with the Sun and Libra, really kind of amplifying this dance between Pallas Athena and Chiron, because Sun and Venus are acting as facilitators for this, getting within ourselves and understanding what feminine strength is, what feminine leadership is, what matriarchal rule is, right? An empathetic warrior leader within and within our own lives and also out in the world. It's very big stuff, okay? The other thing that's interesting is that Pallas Athena is aspecting a fixed star. I believe it's called, there it is. It's in my notes. Canopus, which sits at Cancer 14 degrees, so it's exact. Canopus is very masculine in nature. As I was writing my notes, for those of you who don't know, when I go over astrology, I also get channelings that go hand in hand with my astrology. As I was writing these notes, it's like I kept getting like voyaging energy, how we take direction, how we choose a path, right? And that is innately masculine. And Canopus is associated with the navigator of the king of Sparta and the myths around the Argo, I believe, which also relates to the Golden Fleece, which is a whole other thing. You don't really need to know about that right now. Unless you want to, then go ahead and learn about it on your own time. But we have this masculine star supporting this matriarchal ruling energy that Pallas Athena Cancer is bringing us. And then Chiron and Aries is aspecting a star, Alpheretz, I believe that's how you pronounce it, which is innately feminine. It sits in the head of the Princess of Andromeda. And it's actually a very fortuitous star. It has like a really good fortunate, good luck sort of energy. It has a Jupiter Venusian association. So it has, it brings honor, riches, intelligence, love, compassion. So you see what I'm saying? It's like we're having this dance of our internal masculine, feminine, which they're just labels. They're just labels of energy. There's a lot more to us than just masculine, feminine. We're one being. We're one, everything is connected. I always feel the need to say that so we don't like keep, reiterating separation. But there's a dance going on here, and it is to unleash a power that is new to you, sense of power within yourself that you either didn't know was there or was so buried that you thought you really couldn't get there or couldn't utilize it. And it is via feminine leadership, and that leadership will be your anchor. Okay. As you start to reevaluate and reconfigure, develop this masculine energy during Mars retrograde. Now, Mars, like I said, is also playing a role here. Mars is trine Vesta, which is another asteroid sitting in Aquarius. Sorry, my eyes itchy. And then it is also sextile Eris, another asteroid that sits in Aries 24 degrees. Here's what's interesting. Eris is a warlike energy, but it's feminine. It's feminine in nature. And here we are dealing with all like masculine, feminine energy, right? That sextile between Mars and Eris will help to unleash this power, this feminine strength and power and wisdom and all of that. Again, empathetic warrior and leader. So it has a little bit of a warlike energy to it, but it is about that feminine nature and bringing compassion to the table. And with Mars also being trine Vesta, that's going to really get us up and going when it relates to our purpose, what we live for, especially as it relates to humanitarianism, how we can be of service to others, the larger meaning and like significance and substance of what we can do in this world, right? So really cool stuff going on this weekend. Okay. Anything else I want to mention? Oh, and as we kind of move through the days of the weekend, moving from October 7th to the 8th to the 9th, in the beginning, we have some activity between the moon and Uranus, the North Node, and Pallas Athena, as I mentioned previously. This is going to help us with activating that sense of purpose and direction and destiny via matriarchal rule and feminine leadership. High emotional intelligence. I don't know if I felt the need to say that again, but I just felt the need to say that again. And then as we progress into, for the moon moving into Aries, and then we hit Pluto going stationary direct on the 8th, here's where things get interesting, because Pluto going stationary direct helps us to unleash, see this unleashing everywhere, unleashing things everywhere, unleash things that we've internalized and things that we've been holding close to our chests, hiding in the deep, dark basements of ourselves. It helps us to kind of bring those things out, specifically the things that we've struggled with in the last, 6 to 8 months. Yeah, in the last 6 to 8 months, in the context of things we've been working on the last few years. Whatever Pluto's been challenging us with the last few years. Okay, but it ebbs and flows. We go through phases in these longer processes, right? So we have this unleashing going on. And at the same time, we also might have a little bit of like low physical energy. Mars is square Neptune. That can create a little bit of like low physical vitality. It can also create an environment to be a little bit more paranoid, a little trigger happy, and a little bit angry. I don't think a lot of us are going to fall into that boat. If you're really focusing on the emotional part of your life versus things you need to be responsible for, your home life, your work life, your finances, your purpose, you might experience it more so than others. But we move into this unleashing that's really getting triggered on the 8th, while the 7th, it's more about feeling like you're lining up to that. Like you are getting aligned and configured and integrated into getting to a space where you can unleash and you can tap into this power that we keep talking about. And then the 8th is unleashing starts to happen. And it could be very uncomfortable, just so you know, it could be very uncomfortable emotionally, but it's just part for the course. We might also have a little bit of miscommunication happening on the 8th because we do have an opposition with the moon to Mercury. So if you're dealing with people, might ruffle some feathers, but it's a fleeting energy. And then on the 9th, we actually hit the full moon in Aries, which again, I'm going to go live on Patreon to talk about that extensively. But everything I said about Pallas Athena and Chiron, most significant thing that's going on this weekend. including underneath the full moon as well. We do have some opposition to Venus energy, sextile to Saturn energy, and kind of just reestablishes what I was saying before about the weekend, that if you're focusing on home life, finances, work, purpose, it's going to be golden. Probably the things you want to focus on this weekend. If you're focusing on relationships, your emotional life, there's going to be some triggers, which will facilitate growth, which is great. But definitely some triggers, some tensions, might even be some neediness that's going on there too with that opposition to Venus. But I would just stay focused on purpose this weekend, and even under the full moon Aries. Now with the mirroring, sorry, they just reminded me, you didn't talk about mirroring. Mirroring. This is something I've been channeling for the collective. A lot of mirroring coming up here. And I think especially with the way House Athena is working with Chiron, as you're dealing with people, they might reflect some things back to you that will give you clues and indications or even trigger you relating to things of how you have been held back in your own feminine power, in your own feminine leadership, matriarchal rule, your own empathetic warrior, compassionate warrior. What has restricted you into stepping into that energy? What's been getting in the way of that? Is it belief? I don't know why I said belief, but that just came through. So maybe it's belief for a lot of you who may be watching. Is it self-worth? Is it insecurity? What is it? What is it? It's going to be reflected in relationships, most likely. There's also going to be a lot of reflecting going on in the collective with masculine energy. This probably needs to be a separate video at this point of what I'm about to talk about. But it's not just this weekend. This is going to be going on for a while, especially under the full moon Aries when we move into eclipse season. And then, of course, obviously hitting Mars retrograde, not Mercury, Mars retrograde on October 30th. A lot of mirroring going on when it comes to what's going on with our masculine energy and how we are reevaluating it, redeveloping it, reconfiguring it. Rely on your feminine leader within. Rely on your inner empathetic warrior within during these times. It will make things a lot easier. Okay. Now, as far as where this stuff is going to be affecting people in your charts this weekend, I would really focus on the House of Aries because we have a lot of aspects happening with planets and asteroids that are in various degree points of Aries, like all across the board. So I would pay attention to that house the most. But if you want to get more into the nitty gritty of it, Cancer, Aries, 10 to 15 degrees, because that's House Athena Chiron activity. Libra and Gemini are going to be facilitators this weekend, for sure. Libra more so in the dance of Pallas Athena and Chiron, and 10 to 15 degrees. And Gemini, 10 to 15 degrees is where Mars is going to be. It's going to be this like major motivating factor and where we can really get grounded to be focused. Okay. Air signs, man. Air signs, I think you're really going to feel this weekend. I think you're really going to feel it. And Libra's more so, but because Aquarius, you guys have Saturn going on in your house, or at least in the house of Aquarius. And that's still at play too. Not as majorly, but it's still there. It's still present. So yeah, I feel like air signs are going to be hit the most this weekend. And also cardinal signs and air signs. And then Geminis. Geminis, you're going to be feeling a lot just because Mars is retrograding through Gemini. Okay. All right. That being said, let's pull some cards for the signs. I can't believe it's already 1:30. Where did the time go? I need like 72 hours in a day. That'd be nice. I want a 72-hour day. Can we make that happen? Can we somehow just like collectively just believe that into being? That'd be really interesting. Anyway, sorry. Okay. Water, fire, earth, air. Who's going to go first? Fire. All right. Fire signs. You guys are going to go first. And I'm going to use... Ooh, you guys want the runic tarot today. Okay, fire signs. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Any messages or insights for my fire signs for the weekend? For Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You guys are feeling extra fiery. I mean, I know Aries, you're bringing a lot of fire this weekend because of the full moon, but you're feeling a little extra fiery. I'm getting like Queen of Wands, King of Wands, 8 of Wands, like 7 of Wands. There's a lot to say, is how it's feeling. You have a lot to say, you have a lot to express. Express is better than say, is what they're saying. Because there are a lot of different ways you can express yourself that's not just vocally. There's a lot that wants to just come pouring out of you. Relationships will be a huge facilitator for my fire signs, is what I'm picking up during this weekend. So just roll with it. Don't burn anybody. Don't get crazy, fire signs. Any messages or insights for my fire signs for this weekend? Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Not taking those. Any messages or insights for my fire signs for the weekend? I was getting strong Virgo energy. Might want to watch the Virgo birthday reading if you have any Virgo placements. Just because Virgo's coming up here. Even if you don't, I would suggest watching it. Virgo's coming in really strong into your reading for some reason. Mercury is in Virgo. It is sitting at late degrees Virgo. Which is aspecting Pluto. Maybe this needs to be mentioned. So the aspect to Pluto, specifically Mercury trine Pluto, brings really intense analytical skills. You can go really deep into the psychology of people with that aspect. It also is great for needing to negotiate, make plans, deals. Can lean towards a little bit of being manipulative if you need to be, but persuasive. Let's see. For my fire signs, what did I say about Virgo? And look, Knight of Pentacles came out. It's literally the Virgo card. Okay. Aha. Fire signs. So we have Two of Pentacles with the Wheel of Fortune and the Knight of Pentacles. I'm getting this a couple different ways. Some of you guys are going to be propositioned. Some of you are going to be propositioned. Some of you are going to be doing the propositioning here, but you're committed. The Knight of Pentacles, that is like, I'm serious. I'm not playing games. I'm serious. Like, it's got a very serious vibe to it. Wheel of Fortune, divine timing and cycles and luck and fate. Like I said, some of you will be propositioned and you might not expect it. That feels like divine timing here, fire signs, for you guys who are on that front. But some of you, like I said, will be on the other end of that, doing the propositioning here. You're ready. You're ready, fire signs. You're just ready. All of this unleashing of power, right? You're ready to make shit happen. You're ready. You're ready. You're ready. I just keep hearing that. You're ready. You're ready. You're ready. You're ready. You're ready. Those of you who will be propositioned, it's up to you with that Two of Pentacles. It's your choice. It's your choice. Whatever you want to do with it. Free will. Free will. Some of you who will be doing the propositioning, you've been preparing, trying to get to this place where you can be ready to make an offer of some kind or be ready to make certain choices to make some shit happen. But either way, you're feeling really confident, and you're just freaking ready. A lot of integrity behind these cards for my fire signs. Let's keep going. Any other messages or insights for my fire? Can't get away from this Virgo energy with you. Any other messages or insights for my fire signs? Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Leo, you're feeling watery. What happened? Whoa, that was a huge shift that just came in here. Leo, I said Leo and I just felt water. Shh. Or is that steam? Shh. Well, fire and water would make steam. Might be doing a Scorpio. Could have Scorpio in your chart. What's going on, Leo? Let me sit with you for a second. Getting really strong Scorpio vibes with you and Pisces. Like, yeah, I'm just getting so much water around my Leos. It feels really healing. It feels healing. I just get a little worried because fire and water, it's like, you know, in the context of relationships anyway. Right? I'm getting sexual energy with you too, Leos. So some of you might be experiencing relationship stuff this weekend around sexual healing, sexual energy, your sexual energy. It feels positive, but something feels not so smooth running. Something feels stumbly. Something feels discombobulating, almost confusing. Huh. Let's continue. Any messages or insights for my fire signs for the weekend? Ooh. This might just be for my Leos. We have King of Wands with the Queen of Pentacles, literally the Leo card, right? With the King of Wands there. And then looky look. Knight of Swords and the Knight of Cups. I just keep hearing that, so I just have to keep doing it. I'm hearing steamy communication is what I'm hearing, but that Knight of Swords feels like misplaced is how it feels. Like it feels like the Knight of Swords doesn't belong in this conversation, but he's there. So I think that's what I was saying before. It's like something feels stumbly, something doesn't feel smooth, something feels disjointed. Thank you. That's the word, disjointed. So there's some communication and expression going on here, and this definitely feels like it's between people. This might really just be for my Leos with the way that channeling came in before the cards came out. And it feels like it's like word vomit. It's like someone's trying to express their emotions and their passions, but it's coming out very logical, or it's coming out very cold or harsh. Like it's disjointed. Like something is kind of funky about it. Something's very funky about it here. But I think it's leading to good things. It's coming. I heard it's coming out. At least it's coming out. At least there is expression there, is kind of how it feels to me. Even if it's disjointed with the way it's being handled. That Leo energy, that Leo energy, big leader energy. Somebody's feeling very motivated. Almost pushed is how it feels to me. A lot of confidence. A lot of balls going on here. I don't want to, so hard to say that word. It was taking so long to come out. Yeah, if this is happening between you and somebody else versus you just kind of being in this state, I'm feeling Saturday actually, so this might happen Saturday. These energies are very interesting together with a King of Wands and a Queen of Pentacles, because that Queen of Pentacles, if this is again between people, that Queen of Pentacles was very soft, very quiet, very pensive, but very wise. Like I'm getting a very grounded energy, somebody who really lives in the moment, somebody who's really at peace, and maybe you might even be juggling a lot, because Queen of Pentacles is the multitasker for me. And it's like this King of Wands just comes in, ballsy, ballsy, authoritative, and ready. This whole theme with you fire signs, you're just ready this weekend, apparently. And it just comes out strange with the King of Swords and with the King of Swords, with the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Cups. But it is truth. Whatever's being expressed here, fire signs, it's truth. And it's coming from the heart. There's just a lot of motivation and action and almost borderline aggression behind it, which is why it's coming out a little disjointed. And again, this really feels like more for my Leos than anyone else, but I think that's just because it's the King of Wands energy. But fire signs, I think that's definitely for you. Let's keep going. Yeah, Queen of Pentacles is the decision maker, is what I just heard. Queen of Pentacles is the decision maker here. So fire signs, whether you're the queen or you are the king, just know that. She's making the choice. Or he, right? Gender doesn't matter. Any messages or insights for my fire signs for this weekend? Let's see here. Eight of Swords. I feel like this is breaking. This is breaking. It's a limitation. Thank you. There's some sort of mental limitation. A story, a narrative, a program that is being shattered in this moment. I got drawn back to the Wheel of Fortune here. It's time. Partly in why you're ready, fire signs, is because you have recently cleared or will be clearing some sort of mental limitation or story or program that's been holding you back. But you're ready for whatever this is. You're prepared. You're prepared for whatever this is. You're prepared. Okay. Any other messages or insights for my fire signs for the weekend? Overall, 4 of Pentacles. feel like this is breaking away too. Yeah, it is. It is. It is. It is. Four of Pentacles with the Three of Wands. Four of Pentacles sometimes can be kind of restrictive. It can be like a holding on energy, holding back sort of energy. It could even, it's actually my closed off heart space card too. But the Three of Wands is optimistic. It's looking ahead. It's a pensive energy. It's ready for the next thing. So just to reiterate, fire signs, before I finish up with you, this again feels like a proposition to me between people, no matter what side of it you're on. But this can also be you just finally being ready after a long period of prepping and breaking through this self-limiting belief, whatever this is, because it definitely lies in the mental space, and you're just ready to break the cycle. You're ready, and you're ready to make some choices here and to be committed and devoted and really stick to them. Loyalty, just heard loyalty, 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 loyalty came in very strong there. For those of you where this could be romantic, because with the Knight of Cups being there, that it could potentially be romantic. Take a minute to decide. That's what I want to say. Take a minute to just, I don't know, think about it. Marinate. Don't make an impulsive choice. Marinate on it. Okay. Thank you, fire signs. Moving on. Water, earth, or air? Earth. We're going to do earth. So Capricorn, Virgos, and Tauruses. Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. Feeling out what deck you guys want. I think you guys want traditional. So we're going to go traditional. My little mini Rider-Waite deck. Any messages or insights for my earth signs? I just got air really loud. So maybe you guys are doing some air signs. You might be moving into air energy. Like I said, air signs are going to be really impacted this weekend. All right, earth signs, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo for the weekend. Any messages or insights for my earth signs? Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Air. Is everybody going to get the Knight of Swords this weekend? Knight of Swords, communication. A lot of communication. It's a lot. I'm actually feeling the Devil card. I'm feeling Devil energy here. Might even be just in relation more so to my Capricorns. So you guys have the Devil card. I'm feeling like somebody's stunned. I'm feeling like somebody's a little stunned by this communication. The receiver, maybe even shocked. Something about this feels impulsive. Something about this whatever's being said feels impulsive. Any messages or insights for my earth signs for this weekend? Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Again, be mindful, because October 8th, specifically October 8th, because of the moon transits with Mercury, good probability of miscommunication. Okay. And then even with the opposition to Venus happening on the full moon in Aries, it's not super strong, but it is going to happen as the moon moves into the position for the full moon. It can lead to like neediness and impulsivity as well, especially in relationships. So keep that in mind. I feel like you're in all air energy. Earth signs, this is like the weirdest feeling. You are not in your element this weekend for whatever reason, at least right now, what I'm feeling, or you're surrounded by an air sign, or you're being forced into air energy, even if it's momentary. It just doesn't feel comfortable. It doesn't feel good. That's why I'm kind of like looping on it. It just feels abrupt. It feels quick and it feels uncomfortable. And it's like, I want to be out of this now. Are you kidding me? What did I say? Air for days. And then the Queen of Swords. Yeah, this is receiving communication. Or thinking about communicating. This is too much air for you. I want to say ground. I want to say ground, or get in your heart space or something. This needs to be balanced out, earth signs. This needs to be balanced out. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what's going on with this communication. Any messages or insights? Oh, hold on. Oh, okay. All right, so now we have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse with the Hanged Man. Okay. There's a question here. The Queen has a question. She's thinking it actually before she actually says anything. She's thinking it. Can I be committed to this? Can this person be committed? It's a question of devotion. There's a big uncertainty here. And again, take this as it resonates, because this could be happening within relationships or just within yourself, about reflecting on your own life and you. But with the Knight of Swords, it really implies some level of like speaking, which means someone needs to hear it, right? So if someone's speaking, someone needs to hear it. Yeah, it's a question of integrity, devotion, and commitment. Is it possible? Can I be devoted to this kind of circumstance? Am I taking on too much, or am I doing just right? Do I need to cut the fat somewhere? Or is this person for real? Can I trust them, or are they fickle? Are they dependable? That's what the Queen is questioning right now. And it's funny because what did I say? It's like you're so not in your element. And look, Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Any other messages or insights for my earth signs? I feel like you're looking for a little bit of controller signs. I just got that feeling. Thank you. They reminded me. They showed me the Devil card. And this might apply more to my Capricorns, maybe even to Taurus, because you guys are fixed. But there's a control issue going on. Because wondering if you can be committed, or if somebody can be committed or depended upon, what you're really asking is, can I do damage control? That's what you're really asking. Can I do damage control if I need to? Let's see what else wants to come out. If someone is coming at you with communication and you're wondering if you can trust them, you're wondering if they're being honest, you're wondering if this is going to be something that's stable between you and them, you're really not sure. And it's like, it's because you feel kind of threatened. It's because it's like something about what they said or how they said it or who they are makes you feel uncertain, makes you feel a little ungrounded. Any other challenges your need for control, for those of you who struggle with that. Any messages or insights for my earth signs? Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Any messages or insights for my earth signs? Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. For those of you where it's not between you and another person, you're really trying to figure out what you can be committed to, what you can be obligated to before you go and tell anybody what you can actually be obligated to. Then we get the King of Pentacles. Integrity, committed, trustworthy, the epitome of dependable. Overall, we have Five of Wands in reverse. Wow, yes, I love it, with the Ten of Swords. Wow, and then we have the Page of Swords and the Knight of Swords. So there is some sort of internal battle ending here, because you are in contemplation as the Queen of Swords. Like I said, there's a couple ways this is going down, between you and someone else, or just how you are as a person. If it's a solo experience, you just are trying to figure out how to be more dependable, have more consistency, more predictability with things that you obligate yourself to in your life, right? It's like you want to be a Knight of Pentacles upright, and that's what you're reflecting on. That's what you're focusing on before you go and act, before you go and say to people, I can do this, I can do that. So you can actually become the King of Pentacles and act in that energy. Now, others of you, I feel like someone's coming at you with communication, and it's a Knight of Pentacles, King. It's a King of Pentacles. But you're not sure. You're not sure. You're like, are they really King of Pentacles? Can I really trust them? Even if they are King of Pentacles, do I want to deal with them? Do I want to be as devoted as they are? Queen of Pentacles is used to being solo. Queen of Pentacles, Jesus, King and Queen of Pentacles. So some of you guys might come to realize that it's a yes if the King of Pentacles is propositioning you to anything. Very similar to the fire sign reading. But anyway, Queen of Swords, she's used to being solo. She used to being solo, used to being single, used to making decisions on their own without having to depend on anybody else. They're very independent. Very independent. So yeah, some of you, it's a question of this person is serious, they're dependable, they're trustworthy, they're all in. Do I want to be like that? Do I want to be as committed? Question mark. And some of you is just wondering if they actually are a King of Pentacles. For those of you where, again, it's between you and another person. But the internal battle is ending. Okay? It's ending. After recognizing some passion and desire, is what it's looking like to me. Recognizing some passion and desire that's there on behalf of the Queen of Swords. Some of you where your lack of trust is getting in the way is because of some past betrayal, some dealing with some fickleness yourself and not wanting to repeat that. But either way, you're going to come to consensus, whatever your truth is here. All right? Okay. That was interesting. So we have air and water left. Air and water. Let's do water because I just I was in a lot of air energy. Hey, water signs. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. I don't know why I'm getting a circus feeling. It's very strange. Maybe you guys are just enjoying your fifth house. Maybe you guys are just out having fun. I don't know. It's weird. It was really weird how that just came up all of a sudden. I don't feel like you guys are in your element either. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. You guys are feeling a little ungrounded too. Yeah, you guys are feeling a little ungrounded too. I almost feel like you've gotten worked up into a tizzy this weekend, or in a confusing state, uncertain. It just feels like someone has taken you guys and went woo, 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 woo. That's how it feels for you, water signs. What's going on? What's going on? Yeah, I'm gonna do the honest truth deck. Any messages or insights for my water signs? Any messages or insights for my water signs? For Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Over the weekend, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. I keep getting shells. They keep showing me different shells, which makes sense. Cancer and Scorpio. I almost said Pisces. Cancer and Scorpio. You guys have your own little shells, little heart exoskeleton for Scorpio, that can shield you, protect you. Pisces, you don't necessarily have that, but that's because you guys are the eldest. You're actually the eldest sign, but you're also the oldest water sign. You can flow with your emotions better than Cancer and Scorpio. Why is this sense of safety coming in here? You're looking for emotional safety. Some of you guys feel a little vulnerable and a little exposed in a way that you're not used to being exposed. It's showing you something about yourself, though, so it's really important to just flow with it, like Pisces. Flow with it. Let's see here. Yeah, you're not really feeling very safe. We have Empress in reverse, and then we have Nine of Cups in reverse, Seven of Cups in reverse, and the Fool. This feels like a tizzy. Before we get to the tizzy, yeah, Empress in reverse. There's something here that it just feels like you don't feel safe. That's just really what I'm feeling anxiety. I'm feeling exposed. Just ungrounded is what this feels like to me with Empress in reverse. You're wanting to close yourself off, but you can't. You can't run away from a situation, or you can't run away from the spotlight. Yeah. Ugh. That's how it feels. That's how it feels, water signs. But I feel like it's showing you something about you. So I want to say stick it out. Whatever the circumstances that's making you feel so uncomfortable and so exposed, it's showing you something. So really, I really recommend sticking with it, whatever it is. It's almost like you realize you're naked, like at work or something, and you realize you're not dreaming, and there's no clothes for you to put on to hide. Like that's how it feels. Like you're being caught off guard and you're exposed and you can't do anything about it. Oh yeah, like I don't like it. I'm a Scorpio, so I get it. I'm just like, I no likey. All right, moving on. Let's get into this tizzy. You're working it out though. Thank you. You are. You're working your way through this tizzy. Oh, 2 of Cups. 2 of Cups, 2 of Cups, 2 of Cups. That 9 and the 7 make a 2. So there is some sort of connection that's happening here for you water signs that's causing this exposure. And I think at first it's just very disorienting, very uncomfortable. It's like you feel like like it's kind of like that, like just really uncertain. But then we have the Fool card, which is saying trust it. Trust the process. Things will become clear. Especially with words, especially with the 7 of Cups in reverse. It's showing you something. It's showing you something, water signs. It's showing you something about you. So be uncomfortable. Be uncomfortable. Any other messages or insights from our water signs? Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Cancer, Pisces. 2 of Pentacles. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Interesting. So 2 of Pentacles has jumped out here. And then overall we have the Queen of Swords with the 7 of Pentacles. Beautiful. Yes, yes, yes. With the 8 of Cups in reverse and the 4 of Cups in reverse to end with the Sun. I'm going to go over all this right now, I promise, with the Sun. Oh, I love this overall energy. So first of all, you're working your way through this tizzy. It involves a 2 of Cups energy, which means there's another person involved here, making you feel exposed and vulnerable and like you can't run, you can't hide, but it's because you're being shown something about you that you're not comfortable with, that you haven't accepted yet, or you just haven't faced, you just haven't seen it. 2 of Pentacles implies there's a decision here. It also speaks of balances as well, to have the 2 of Pentacles, like, trying to juggle, trying to figure out a balance. It almost it kind of has that feeling of integration, which is kind of strange, but it does. It has this feeling of integration. But you have a choice, water sign. Am I going to just allow myself to be uncomfortable and see what comes of this and see what clarity comes of this? It's going to help you with your levels of trust, like to facilitate trusting more. It also implies that there could be some sort of breakthrough that's happening that could lead you to having some new start or some new perspective. It feels a little bit like a breakthrough could come through for some of you guys if you surrender to the process, but it's a choice. It is a free will choice. Or you can, be uncomfortable and keep trying to hide and not really get out of it what you could. Okay. Now this overall energy. With the Queen of Swords and the 7 of Pentacles, like I said, you're in a tizzy, you're uncomfortable, you're evaluating here with that 7 of Pentacles. And what are you evaluating? This. 8 of Cups in reverse and the 4 of Cups in reverse. This emotional attachment, baggage even, maybe even some codependencies that are rooted in rejection and abandonment issues. It's so uncomfortable to be so exposed because you don't want to be rejected. There's a little bit of being worried about what people think of you or what a person thinks of you, judgments being made upon you. Will you be accepted? Will you not be accepted? There's some sort of wounding here for some of you that needs to be worked through, okay? But it's definitely attachment to some sort of emotional experiences about the things I've talked about. Could even be straight up codependency, and realizing that you want no part in that anymore. Okay. Underneath that, we have the sun. Look at this with the hangman in reverse. This is a breakthrough, water signs. Please just let yourself be uncomfortable. Let yourself flow with the process, because this is a breakthrough. This is spiritual growth. This is a new beginning. This is clarity. This is joy. This is happiness. This is elevation. And then we get the Knight of Pentacles. Oh my God. Knight of Pentacles with the Eight of Swords in reverse and the Six of Swords, moving past fear. Okay. Moving past fear, moving into peace of mind, moving into stronger commitment and integrity. This is a breakthrough. I really suggest going with the process. Okay. All right. Who's left? Air signs. Air signs. The air babies. Clyde. Okay, buddy. I know. I need to figure out like how to have like a seat for him that he'll just stay on. I don't can't really have that right now with the way the camera's set up, but I'm changing the camera setup soon. Air signs, air signs, air signs. Where are we going, air signs? Spellcasting. Okay. Spellcasting it is. Any messages or insights for my air signs? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius for the weekend. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Let's see. Ooh, okay. Star in reverse. A little bit of closed off energy there. Star in reverse can be like a hopeless energy. It could be just like lacking faith, like pessimistic energy. It feels closed. You feel closed. You feel closed. Any messages or insights from my air signs? I don't know why the word luck just came up. I don't know if you're like, you feel unlucky or like question. Yeah, it's like you don't really, there's a struggle here with faith and fate. I keep hearing luck. Like you're out of luck or you feel unlucky or wishing you had more luck. Like, I don't know. It's weird. It's just something that's coming up. Could also be somebody in your environment, but let's keep moving on. Any messages or insights from my air signs? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Hey, buddy, stop. Everybody's getting the Two of Pentacles. Everybody's getting the Two of Pentacles. We have the World with the Two of Pentacles. This cycle is ending. This one, where you maybe feel unlucky. Luck is not even associated with the star, but I just keep hearing that. Where you feel unlucky, you feel a little hopeless, you feel like you've been lacking faith, you've been lacking trust, you feel like you just can't lead, you can't just flow with things. Maybe you need to exert some control, like all of that sort of energy that you've been in. It's closing. It's going away here. You're finding some balance with that Two of Pentacles, but a lot of what's been coming up with the Two of Pentacles for this weekend feels like it's choices. It literally feels like a lot of us this weekend will be faced with a choice of, I will do things different. I will give myself permission to do things in a new way and surrender what I always have done, or just continuing to do the old shit over and over and over. But it feels uncomfortable and it feels hard and it feels challenging. But here you have an opportunity here, air signs, to do so. And with the World card, it's a major, major cycle, major lesson, really. Yeah, I just heard Saturn. Major lesson. Major, major lesson. You can make your own luck. You can make your own luck. You don't got to sit there and poo-poo the universe. Or poo-poo your situation of I'm just unlucky or things don't work out or whatever, pessimistic energy. Yeah. You can make your own luck because you can choose to do things differently. You can choose to see things differently, but this is about the do. This is about the do. Any messages or insights from my air signs? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I heard take it in stride. When things happen, take it in stride. Four of Cups is coming out here. Yeah, you've been generally very dissatisfied. This feels like a energy that, again, you potentially can leave. It's a choice. It's a choice, though. But yeah, Four of Cups with the Star in reverse. Yeah, this just feels like it's apathy. It's almost emotional numbness. There's a lack of spark here in your heart, is what you've been experiencing. There's also been a lot of focusing on the wrong things, like focusing on things from the past, focusing on what you actually don't have instead of looking at what you have, which puts you in a scarcity mindset. Right? This is where you've been. This is what you've been doing. This is the behavior you've been acting upon. So you can keep doing that. You can keep doing that, or you can strive for something different. You can strive for something that's maybe a little higher evolved. It's up to you. Let's keep going. Any messages or insights for my air signs? Any messages or insights for my air signs? Air signs, I think you would also benefit from doing a little bit of emotional reflection, practices with dropping into the heart space, breathing into the heart, connecting to the heart. With the Four of Cups and Star in reverse, like, it definitely focusing on things that have left you feeling like you've been at a loss or that you're lacking emotionally. And then the King of Cups just came out in reverse, like getting back in touch with love, getting back in touch with gratitude, getting back in touch with present moment, appreciation, what you have, and aligning to the person you want to be, right, to facilitate happiness. Yeah. So like I said, King of Cups came out in reverse here. Overall, we have Nine of Wands in reverse. And we have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. I hate to say it, air signs, but I'm just going to be honest with what I'm getting. It's like, I feel like I'm looking at a reading for somebody who's been caught up in self-pity, somebody who's been caught up in a little bit of life is unfair, woe is me, especially with the overall energy here, the Nine of Wands in reverse and the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, being tired of instability and feeling like you're always missing out on opportunities, when really it's a shift in what you do, in how you choose to go about things, how you make decisions. You can keep making it from this space, which is an emotional space, or you can flip the script. You can switch on you can switch the lights on in the heart. Come back to love, come back to appreciating what you have, come back to gratitude, come back to present moment, and then you can switch things up. This King of Cups in reverse also kind of says it all. It says that there is some sort of imbalance when it comes to your emotions and emotional regulation, either because you haven't been doing emotional regulation, you're not connected to your heart space, or you're in a really state of lack when it comes to emotional fulfillment. But it feels like it's bred by how you make decisions and where you're making them from, because this needs attention. This needs attention. This needs balancing. Thank you. You don't need balancing. Your heart needs balancing. Your heart needs some TLC. Your heart needs some attention. It needs a little bit of self-care to recalibrate. Okay? That's what I'm getting for you. All right? Alrighty. All right, guys. That's the weekend reading. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to check out Vimeo, Patreon, the website. We got some cool stuff coming up in the next couple months, especially once we hit 2023. And I hope to see you guys very soon. Have a good night. Take care.